In real life, no one would think in this direction. The scalp is sensitive. I don't even know myself. Lu Dongyan clenched a small pink circle, knocked on his own head. I think my scalp is quite strong. Do you want to dye it? I'm just about to go take the driving test this afternoon. If you want to dye your hair, I'll take you there. He fan stood up and said, I got my driver's license during the summer vacation. This is a necessity for myself. The earlier, the better. It would be such a waste if we can't dye at all. Forget it. Lu Dongyan shook his head. He just heard Chen Mengting and Fang Zai mention wanting to dye their hair. I just wanted to give it a try. Actually, he prefers black, since it remains untainted. Then stay at home. It's really hot outside. I'm just going to sign up anyway. I just want to be hot with you. The girl has a big face. A pair of sweet dimples appeared. Despite the scorching summer heat, she stepped forward and took He Fan's arm. He Fan, therefore, I have to hold an umbrella. There are many driving schools. But He Fan casually picked one nearby. Because he had no demands on the coach, I took the passport photo in advance. Just go and register. Paid the registration fee quickly. He Fan was assigned a coach. Take out a textbook for Subject 1 and give it to him, and advised to read within a week. Coach, please help me schedule the Subject 1 exam for the day after tomorrow. He Fan didn't want to wait that long. Review the questions again when you get home tonight. Basically, it can pass, as long as you get it right. These are all common sense questions. If it weren't for the harvest, tomorrow we can go take the exam. So confident. The coach smiled. It actually feels quite normal. After all, there are question banks online. Prepare in advance for the Subject 1 exam. There are many people like that. Please help me book the driving test for the day after tomorrow, and the Subject 3 the day after tomorrow. You're welcome. If you have any further requests or need assistance, feel free to ask. As soon as these words were spoken, the coach was a bit stunned. Goodness, you never really intended to practice driving. We should just go straight to take the exam all at once, having been a coach for so many years. What kind of academy has never been seen? Driving can be deadly for everyone. But this scene, I've really never seen this before. Are you sure? Let's agree in advance. If you fail a course, but you have to pay quite a bit of fees for the exam. I know. Thank you for your trouble, coach. He Fan nodded. After driving for so many years, there is nothing that can't be overcome. He Fan has this confidence. It's not that his driving skills are that great. It's just a word, thanks to a relatively calm confidence. Very suitable for exams. Instead, some people with good driving skills. Exams can still be difficult. Habits on certain roads. During the exam process, it is not allowed. All right. The coach smiled. What's wrong with him? He Fan crossed over early. The sooner he receives the commission. No need to worry about paying. It's like giving away money if it hasn't passed. Don't worry about the fee. Can also share a bit. It brings him no harm at all. He Fan, isn't this a bit too rushed? Graduated from driving school. Lu Dongyan said with some concern. Don't worry. You just... I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. He Fan speaks. Because Lu Dongyan. Seeing Lu Dongyan's face. Suddenly, I couldn't hold back my laughter. What's wrong? The girl's small face was filled with confusion. Is there something on your face? He Fan suppressed his laughter. Take out your phone. Looking at Lu Dongyan's little face. A photo was taken with a snap. then handed it to him to see. Uh, the girl took a glance. Suddenly I was pulling my hair out in frustration. Only the pure white little face was visible. Suddenly 2 black tears hung down. It was the same black eyeliner as before. Wearing makeup in the sweltering heat. Gently caressing Hanju's face. Fell into despair. I'm not wearing makeup anymore. I will never wear makeup again. Lu Dongyan stood in front of the sink, looking at the mirror, confirming once again that the face is clean, mumbling like a tape recorder. No need to waste food on ominous smoke. It's nice to occasionally wear light makeup. Fan took out the tissue he always carried and handed it to him, so that their clothes won't become face wipes again. Isn't what I am wearing just light makeup? Fan, you might have a misunderstanding about light makeup, but upon closer thought it makes sense. In the realm of alternative makeup, Lu Dongyan's makeup is indeed quite light. But overall, this must be heavy makeup. Fan, I want to swim. On the way home, Lu Dongyan wiped the sweat from his face. With its little head held high, it said to Fan, swimming in the summer must be very pleasant. Lu Dongyan, who has never traveled before. There was a faint sense of anticipation in my heart. But if he has to go alone, then surely I wouldn't dare. Wait until I get my driver's license. I'll take you there again. Great. One day, Fan got up early in the morning. Once the order is placed, it needs to be delivered. When Fan arrived at the factory at 6:30, but found someone is already waiting outside, walking into a bridge. Fan felt a sense of familiarity, suddenly remembered. It was the one I met on the train that day, a woman with 2 children. Lu Dongyan also gave his daughter half a bottle of cola. What a coincidence! He probably guessed it. This woman comes here, probably looking for a job. Ling Hui saw Fan, was also taken aback. A slightly awkward but kind smile appeared, habitually lowered his head and walked to the side, standing silently. Occasionally look up to gaze ahead. I didn't see anyone coming. Just keep your head down. And do you want to come in? Fan opened the factory's roll-up door. Asked, I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. Exclamation. You're welcome. If you have any other requests or need further assistance, feel free to ask. I'm waiting for the boss to arrive. Ling Hui spoke somewhat hesitantly. I am the new boss here. And you are here for the job interview, right? Ling Hui was taken aback, looking at Fan's young face. You are truly the boss here. And just call me Fan. Fan smiled, made a gesture to invite in. Around 10 in the morning, a group of people gathered in the small factory. They are all former employees who were laid off. Whenever anyone sees Fan, they all looked a bit dazed. After all, this young man seems a bit immature. Can it really be accomplished? You need to know. The old veteran, Boss Huang. But it was only because half of the underwear was torn off. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Fan. We welcome the locals. Starting today, I have taken over this factory. Let's make clothes instead. I suppose in terms of work content. You all know better than I do. Let's discuss the salary matters directly. Fan was very approachable. Get straight to the point. The benefits of contracting this factory. They are already made workers. In the field of garment production, there's almost nothing to explain. Just say the reward. The answer clearly the most concerned about this. All perked up their ears. Daily working hours. It starts at 8 in the morning, by 5 in the afternoon. During the 1-hour lunch break, $10 an hour. Work 6 days, rest 1. You can work an extra 4 hours every day. Overtime pay doubles. The words of a retiree. Can I get an additional 800 yuan in wages? May I ask everyone, do you have any suggestions? Everything can be brought up for discussion. As soon as these words were spoken, in everyone's eyes, it is all about radiance. In other words, if I work 12 hours a day, if you don't take a break on the weekend, a month counts as 4 weeks, plus the pensioner's subsidy. You can earn 5,600 yuan in a month. Such treatment. What other suggestions do you have? This is a small city of the year, and it's just a regular worker. You need to know the minimum wage at this time. It's 508. 1 month prior, the base salary is only 1,000 yuan. Various overtime hours have accumulated. It's not even a 2,000 yuan salary. All of a sudden, it was nearly 3 times as much. No problem. I agree. Let's sign the contract. The salary is paid monthly, right? He Fan patiently answered. The questions from the aunties also mentioned daily minimum production quota. After all, the salary is calculated based on time. If someone is slacking off, it wouldn't be good. It's not about malicious speculation, but he is with these aunties. It's only the first time we've met. I don't know how everyone's character is. After everyone had finished asking questions, Ling Hui cautiously asked Boss E, I don't want to pay social insurance. Can you provide cash subsidies? Social security must be paid. This is mandated by law. Cannot contradict. He noticed that his expression was slightly gloomy. After a moment of contemplation, let's put it this way. We need a leader. This is hard work, working over 12 hours a day. If Aunt Lin doesn't mind the duration of work, can take on this position. Of course, the compensation will be more generous. He can see it. Lin Hui needs money. Fan could only be at within the normal range of rules. Provide the greatest help. If the rules are broken, the factory can't continue operations. Good. Thank you, Boss E. Lin Hui's tired face rarely smiled. A little hard work is nothing to worry about. As long as I can make money. The other ants weren't jealous either. Everyone is clear how tiring it is to stretch out. Worn out both mentally and physically. Most of them are retired. Not young anymore. Can't withstand this workload. The production of Wufu Square. It started to operate in such an orderly manner. Fan received the first set after. Nodded in satisfaction. This is a gift for Lu Dongyan's middle school teacher. He is needed again. Can you help expand the market? After a busy day, I returned home. Fan flipped through the book for subject 1 for a while. After going through all the topics, went to bed early. Early morning. Lu Dongyan arrived at Fan's house early. Fan, wake up. You need to work hard for the exam. Then take me swimming. The girl came to Fan's bedside, whispering a call. Sumin, little dear, the high water level is dangerous. Fan, caught in a state between sleep and wakefulness. The words whispered in my ear, unconsciously stretched his mouth, smiling with a silly expression. Plan. A powerful strike greeted her on that beautiful morning, holding onto the aching heart. Fan opened his relaxed eyes, facing the girl's shy, rosy face. A murmuring of confusion. Little dear, where's your high insert dead water? Why did you change it? This smash. Fan finally woke up. Lu Dongyan's sexual conspiracy evidence. Pricked the little rabbit's teeth. Naikshin waved at Fan. Squeeze out the powder ring. HMPH. Shu He Fan. You can dream on. I absolutely do not want to wear any high-cut swimsuits. He Fan clutched his chest, feeling a dull ache. Am I not just dreaming? You can't wear it even in your dreams. Good. Not wearing. Wearing nothing at all. Always thinking about it, right? Is this still not enough? Shu Heffen. I'll beat you up. Lu Dongyan raised his foot to kick. Think about it. Isn't this cheaper for him? Zio, he pouted his cheeks in anger. Hurry up. Wait, I'm going to be late for the exam. I'm going to make breakfast. He Fan shook his head and smiled. The tone is deadly serious. Still obediently went to the kitchen. As for the high water level in the reservoir, it really isn't a dream that He Fan is having. I have seen it with my own eyes. It's just that it's not worn while swimming. Had breakfast. I can score 100 today. Lu Dongyan picked up a grilled sausage and placed together with 2 fried eggs. Assemble the appearance of numbers. Is that so? He Fan smiled. When sitting down, the chopsticks accidentally poked the sausage. Just go from the left. It rolled to the position between 2 fried eggs. He was momentarily taken aback. This. Can you still get a score? Lu Dongyan. Is this breakfast I made? The thoughts are no longer pure. The mind is no longer pure. He Fan finished breakfast. Bring your ID card. Leave the phone at home. Getting ready to go to the barbecue place. Lu Dongyan followed closely. Today you don't need to follow in sunbae. At least we have to wait in line until noon. It's both hot and boring. Just afraid you might get bored. I want to go with you. Be good and go home to play games. Come with me today. The computer has been confiscated. He Fan directly used his ultimate move. There's really no need to go along. Standing dumbly in line. It took a lot of effort to persuade Lu Dongyan. He Fan got on the bus to the roasting site. Subject 1 didn't put any pressure on him. I spent the whole morning waiting in line. The exam lasts only 10 minutes. Ultimately, 3 questions were answered incorrectly. Successfully passed. He Fan finished the exam. Directly went to the factory. Lin Kui had called earlier. Let He Fan check the first batch of goods. Taobao store selling Wufu from the square. He Fan has already started. Currently processing orders. He also got a little closer. The name that will soon become the 5 divine melodies of the square. Wufu at the folk-style square. Now the only thing missing is. It's just a viral advertisement. Just like Lu Dongyan's forum became a sensation. Can allow the starting height of the product. Rise to a higher level. At the factory gate. Niu sits quietly on the steps, looking down at the ants moving their home. If an ant were to pass under her feet, just lift your foot. Make way for a path. Bird footsteps. Niu looked up. I see He Fan. It's really you, elder brother, in the tender tone of a child. With surprise. The innocent eyes sparkled with determination. It really is as Mom said. It was last time on the train. Where is that brother you saw? Where's the beautiful sister? Immediately, Niu's big eyes twinkled. Looked around. No sign of Lu Dongyan. Pretty sister is at home. Are you going to find her to play? He Fan smiled warmly. Niu's eyes brightened. Then she gently lowered her eyelids. The small hand reached into the pocket. Digging and digging. Take out a big white rabbit milk candy. Niu invites her brother to eat candy. Said crisply. Keohafen handed it over. The eyes were fixed on the candy. The throat rolled slightly. Elder brother doesn't eat. Niu, eat by yourself. Niu shook her head. Mom said brother. He is a very good person. He Niu only has one candy. There is nothing else. You can give it to your brother. Later, Niu earned money. I also want to buy candy for my beautiful sister. Thank you, Niu. He Fan smiled. Receive it earnestly. The candy in her palm. Then unwrap the candy wrapper. Take a very small piece of candy. I do not support this character. Pronounce it in 3 sections. Put a small piece in your mouth. The sweetness spreads in the mouth. Then put a small section back, in Niu's palm. Niu also eats. The remaining small section. Brother brought it home for sister to eat. Niu looked timid. In a low voice, she said to He Fan, brother, can I have half of the candy wrapper? He Fan was puzzled. But still, I tore off half of the candy wrapper for her. Niu carefully used the candy wrapper. Wrapped that little piece of candy well. Smiling sweetly, she left it for her mother to eat. He Fan felt a pang in his heart. Boss, you're here. Niu quickly get out of the way. Don't block the entrance. I'm sorry, boss. I will make Niu behave. There is really no one at home to take care of it. I'm really sorry. Ling Hui ran out, carrying a baby from the fortress behind. Pull Niu aside. She was always very well behaved. He Fan smiled and patted Niu's head. Modi saw the chair next to him. There are several medicine boxes placed there. It is a form of encouragement. Diuretic, counterfeit drugs. Thinking of Niu's sickly pale face. Suddenly realized. The child likely has a heart condition. Surely, this is also the reason why Ling Hui is short on money. Mom eats candy. Niu stood on tiptoe. A small piece of candy wrapped neatly. Put it in Ling Hui's pocket. Then slowly walked to the side. Went to play on their own. Ling Hui sighed. Immediately led He Fan along. Go check the batch of goods produced. There are nearly 500 sets. This is the production output for the day. Not too tall, because it's a small factory. But for He Fan now, it's more than enough. The sales channels have not been established. The online store did not have any real customer orders. Pretty good. Thank you for your hard work. He Fan offered his condolences to the group of aunties. Finally returned home and kept the remaining small piece of candy. Gave it to Lu Dongyan. The next 2 days. He Fan successfully completed the 2nd and 3rd subjects of his exam, and in the afternoon after finishing the subject 3 exam, just passed subject 4. In the coach's eyes filled with immense satisfaction. Successfully obtained the driver's license. Such a great student. Please give me a dozen. He Fan, wake up. The results come out today. Lu Dongyan's soft voice echoed in my ears. He Fan smelled the fragrance of a girl in his dreams. I opened my eyes instinctively. I suddenly got up and sat cross-legged, feeling the pain. Both hands are positioned over the lower dantian. Her bright eyes sparkled like stars. This moment, He Fan seemed to be surrounded by a halo of holy light, like a great clarity in the fog, to avoid the morning's onslaught. He has already mastered it. I heard Lu Dongyan's voice in the morning. You can become a Buddha instantly. At breakfast, He Fan sat in front of the computer, ready to check his grades. Lu Dongyan sat on the edge of the bed. 2 pairs of eyes were fixed on the screen. Every one held their breath. Lion Heffen is feeling a bit nervous now. Lu Dongyan's overall score. When the girls' grades were displayed on the screen, He Fan's eyes brightened. This is a very good result, except for a few schools. You can almost go wherever you want. Lu Dongyan's small face was still tense, not a trace of a smile to be seen. Quick, take a look at yours. He Fan nodded. Start searching for one's own results. Suddenly he saw He Fan. Total score. Let out a sigh of relief. This result is considered very, very good, although she can't compare to Lu Dongyan. But He Fan was absolutely satisfied. It has been over 20 minutes. There are quite a few schools to choose from now. We can attend the same university now. The girl's stern expression finally melted away. A sweet smile blossomed in her dimples. Lu Dongyan's small face was flushed bright red. It's better than seeing my own excellent grades. It will be countless times happier, as expected of my stinky He Fan. Distillation. The girl smiled and touched He Fan's head. Finally, finally able to attend the same university. There is still a significant gap. You can attend a better school. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. You need to know, even if it's just 1 point off in the college entrance examination. How many people can be eliminated? Although they all got into a top-tier university. But Lu Dongyan's grades, clearly it is still beating He Fan. No matter. I want it. Lu Dongyan's small face puffed up, holding onto He Fan's sleeve, swinging it back and forth. Actually, even if He Fan can only attend a second-tier university, Sadman, or vocational school, Lu Dongyan also, 10,000 are willing to follow. It's just that she knows. If that's really the case, He Fan definitely won't agree. Fortunately, she also got into a prestigious university. Although there is still a gap. But anyway, can attend the same school. It's a good university. In that case, Lu Dongyan, absolutely not. He Fan could not get into the university. Have you made your decision? Which city to go to? In summary, I will go with you. Lu Dongyan raised her little head, gazing at He Fan. Xingmu does not bite the heart. This moment, He Fan felt a lump in his throat. The Yanjing. Like a windblown box, it spat out a few words. It seemed as if the flower had used all its strength. Unknowingly, cold sweat drenched my entire body. I feel a bit out of breath. The girl's expression. A slight darkness descended. The light in her eyes. It has not been extinguished. Zhang Zhang nodded repeatedly. Lu Dongyan gently leaned against He Fan. If there are still days to live, may I always be with this warmth. Where to go? All is well. Appreciating the dance, Lu Dongyan is holding the square dance costume that He Fan brought, preparing to send it to Zhao Fang. Today is her birthday. Just right. Can also achieve excellent college entrance exam results. This joyful news told her. Come with me, the girl said to He Fan. After all, the gifts were all prepared by He Fan. He Fan nodded slightly, somewhat unexpected for her. I thought she would refuse. Lu Dongyan smiled brightly, holding He Fan's hand. Just about to leave. Wait a moment. I'll bring an umbrella. The weather is gloomy. Looking up, dark clouds gathered densely, although the weather forecast confidently states it will definitely rain today. But He Fan still felt it might rain for insurance purposes. Still carrying an umbrella. Teacher Zhao's residence. Distance from He Fan's home. It's still quite far. With Lu Dongyan. Departing from the north of the city. I need to take a bus to the east of the city. The bus doesn't go straight there yet. You need to transfer midway. Spent an hour. The two arrived at No. 9 Middle School, the teacher's residential area in the central region. In He Fan's memory, Zhao Fang is a kind and gentle teacher, although just because of Lu Dongyan. With teacher Zhao, A brief encounter, but it still remained. Profound impression. Teacher Xiao, wearing gold-rimmed glasses. The hair has already turned a bit gray. I opened the door and saw Lu Dongyan. Winter Yan smiled lovingly. You've grown taller again. Come in quickly. It's gone. Teacher, I have stopped growing now. Lu Dongyan smiled sweetly. Take the gift bag. Happy birthday to Teacher Zhao Fang. Fan confirmed. His statement was only half true. He just hasn't grown taller. The remaining places. It will continue to grow. Teacher, this is my boyfriend. Fan. Lu Dongyan's small face turned red with embarrassment. Introduced by blood relatives. Zhao Fang looked surprised. Although at first glance, Fan's time. There is this speculation. But really a girl. During the introduction. Still a bit stunned. Lion, Fan's greetings. All are oblivious. Seeing Zhao Fang not speaking. Lu Dongyan was busy explaining to the teacher. We didn't fall in love early. We have already graduated from high school. Afterwards, we will go again. Same university. Saio, hey, come in and have a seat. Zhao Fang snapped back to reality. Shan smiled slightly. The gaze towards Fan. I'm a bit curious. This youth. What skills do you really have? Able to walk into Dongyan's heart. Teacher, take a look at this outfit. Does it fit well? Was Fan the one who helped you choose? He said, it is very popular to dance the Wan Chang dance now. This clothing. It is specifically meant for dancing the Wan Chang dance. Custom made. Lu Dongyan felt a bit anxious. She doesn't know. How could Fan be so certain? What if Zhao Fang doesn't dance the Wan Chang dance? What should we do? Isn't it a gift? A useless gift. Zio, he actually knows Wan Changwu. What a coincidence. Teacher, since retiring, I go dancing every morning and evening. This clothing, indeed, it fits perfectly. Zhao Fang was shining. Wang Chengwu's attire, very satisfied. As long as the teacher is happy. Fan smiled sweetly. He knows. The girl has a lot of respect for Zhao Fang. In middle school, Zhao Fang, the homeroom teacher, to Lu Dongyan. Do you Zhao Fu? Of course. What he understands, that's all there is to it. Just in time. Saio Zhang is going to host. City Square dance competition. If I were to wear that. Guaranteed to be cool. Zhao Fang said with a smile. Fan listened. Suddenly, her eyes lit up. Teacher, you said, we Zio Zhang are going to hold. Square dance competition. Yeah, Zio Zhang is all. It was live streamed throughout the entire process. Each city in the province. A dance troupe will be assembled. Because it belongs to me perfectly. Come to take charge of the organization. Zhao Fang said. Fan's mind became lively. Goodness, this is for self-promotion. But it's a very good opportunity. At this moment, the square dance has just emerged. It's far from being like the future. Not even a basketball court. The scene has all been foretold. For example, Zhao Fang now wants to form a team. A dance troupe went to participate in a competition. We still need to pull people in. The most dazzling national style. It is the turning point in the development of square dancing. It's also a milestone. If we wait another 6 months, I'm afraid within a city, everyone needs to compete. Only then can we make a selection. Dance troupe participating in the provincial competition. The main point in summary. Just a dance troupe. The concept of neat clothing. Still not aware. At this moment, Fan wants to launch square dance costumes. It's like appearing out of nowhere. Teacher, you say, if our dance troupe, if we wear the same uniform to compete, will you achieve excellent results? He Fan sighed and asked. Zhao Fang's eyes brightened instantly. Xiao He, what you said makes sense. But I need to ask first. My old sisters are the best. If needed, then I'll have to trouble Xiao He. You helped me get the goods. Zhao Fang smiled and said, no problem. He Fan patted his chest and promised. At this moment, Zhao Fang's husband Zhu Wensheng, carrying the dishes out of the kitchen. Lao Zhu, Dongyan has arrived. He even brought his boyfriend over. You have come to take a look? Zhao Fang smiled and introduced. At this moment, he has a particularly good impression of He Fan. Hello, Teacher Zhu. Lu Dongyan and He Fan shouted together. Zhu Wensheng is just like Xiao Fang. He is also a teacher in the world of wine. It's just different from Zhao Fang's words. His personality is relatively rigid and serious, a slightly scrutinizing glance. He glanced at He Fan, struggling to suppress the instinct to break up couples. She nodded slightly. The voice echoed again. Let's eat. At the dining table. There are only 4 people. The children and grandchildren are all away. I already called in the morning. Just an old couple. 2 people at home. There are some home-cooked dishes on the table. It's not even a new birthday cake. There is indeed a bowl of longevity noodles. Plain and simple, yet very warm-hearted. After the meal, Lu Dongyan volunteered to do the dishes. As the noisy sound of water filled the kitchen, Teacher Zhao started chatting with He Fan. Xiao He, how did you end up with Dongyan? If it were other young boys and girls, he would never ask that, because it's equivalent to nonsense. Youthful years. If you see eye to eye, then just be together. What other reason could there be? But Zhao Fang knew. Lu Dongyan is different. He will definitely not because of, this boy is good-looking. Just open your heart to her. Just inexplicable. Together now. He Fan is also quite fierce. But it wasn't a lie either. The young ones are still shy. Zhao Fang clearly disagreed with He Fan's explanation. Smiled. Xiao He, do you know? Dongyan's 3 years in middle school combined. The smile today is more abundant than ever. I have never seen it before. His playful and adorable side. Surely, Dongyan is with you. Are you happy every day? So, Aunt wants to thank you. Xuanji, he looked somewhat dejected. He let out a soft sigh. But Auntie also hopes. You are truly sincere towards Dongyan. That child. It's not easy to open up one's heart. Mother left early. Her father never cared for her either, always feeling lonely, and fiercely in the center. Zhao Fang's words entered my ears. It felt as if it were filled with a hazy sense of water. My head is buzzing, a complex emotion, spreading within the heart. For this result. He had not failed to speculate. But in the end, I never asked Lu Dongyan. He Fan felt a moment of confusion, the self from a past life. Is he considered a qualified husband? Holding on to. Give him a reason for personal space. He doesn't speak. Never ask. Is this really respect for him? It's still a form of indifference. He Fan's mind is a bit chaotic. Dongyan in middle school. You haven't seen it yet, have you? The photo I took. I give this to you. Zhao Fang was completely unaware. The abnormality of He Fan. Take a photo with a nice breeze. Handed it to him. The scene in the photo. Rang and Fan came back to their senses. The light is very dim. It's raining. The setting is a public hospital. Downstairs of the hospital ward. Little Lu Dongyan, wearing a pale yellow dress, without the innocence and laughter of children, a pair of apricot eyes, like a distant lake, at the bottom of the lake, dizzy at his age, the jade artifact that shouldn't exist, a slender woman, standing behind him. There is a faint weariness between the brows, even if some are affected by the transformation, but it can still be seen. Before the woman fell ill, she must be a great beauty. He forced himself to gather his spirits. On the somewhat withered face, with a smile, holding a black umbrella, hanging over my daughter's head. In middle school, he has always been like this. Never smiled before. Jiao Fang sighed softly, with a heart full of sorrow. He held the photo in his hand. The knuckles were turning slightly white from the pressure. At that moment, the sound of water in the kitchen gradually diminishes. Jiao Fang quickly took out a pre-prepared envelope, given to He Fan. This is 5,000 yuan. Consider it my private donation to Dongyan, the trust fund left by the child's mother. By the time he turned 18, it should be spent. This amount of money can't accomplish anything significant, but he is about to start university. Ultimately, it will come in handy. I give it to him. They definitely won't take you in. Zio he, you take it for him. He Fan shook his head. Teacher, I won't accept it either. You can rest assured. Dongyan will never lack money. Jiao Fang listened to this, could not help but glance at He Fan again. Is it possible? This boy is still a rich second generation. If that's really the case, that's good. To have enough money to spare Lu Dongyan some suffering, better than anything else. The only thing that made him a bit uneasy, it's this young man. Will you always be consistent with Lu Dongyan? Jian and Fan had a resolute attitude. The sound of water in the kitchen has completely stopped. Jiao Fei no longer forced it. Just keep the envelope safe. Teacher, we'll head home now. Lu Dongyan used kitchen paper, wiping the droplets off my hands. Nuo chuckled. Wait for me to consult with my old friends. I'll reply to you again. Zio He Fan nodded slightly. With Lu Dongyan and Teacher Zhao. Said goodbye to Teacher Zhu. We went out together. You are not happy. He Fan gazed out the window. The girl gazed at He Fan's profile. The streetscape continuously recedes. You can see everything along the way. Yet nothing could remain in my mind. As it is now, her thoughts were in disarray. Gloomy sky, making the air feel damp and heavy. Let complex and obscure emotions grow. There is clearly. Lu Dongyan pursed his lips. The dark pupils spun and spun. The eyes of Xuanji brightened. From the pocket, take out a small mirror that you carry with you. Oh, ugh. And Fan's gaze slightly lowered. I realized that my complexion was indeed very poor. Are you feeling better? The girl softly asks. She did not understand its meaning. Lu Dongyan smiled sweetly. No matter how bad the mood is, I feel timid. As long as I see your face, I can be happy. So, are you feeling better now? Pachai. He Fan couldn't help but laugh. Of course, it's not because of seeing my own face, but rather because she made him laugh. Look. I told you it would be useful. The girl happily put away the small mirror. Jian and Fan smiled. Her smile, it has also become sweeter. I'm going to play on the computer first. Dinner at home tonight. Entered the community. Lu Dongyan smiled. For her, the rental room is a place for playing computer games and sleeping. Arriving at Fan's home, it's finally home. He sits in front of the computer. The gaze is fixed straight ahead, looking at Lu Dongyan's room. Due to the weather conditions, it's only afternoon. She turned on the light. It was just a short while. The lights just went out. Just about to tell her not to use the computer in the dark. I caught sight of the young girl's figure, running out of the hallway, go out of the neighborhood. East, Fan wants to shout, but the sound ultimately comes to an abrupt stop, almost instinctively. Put on your shoes as quickly as possible, bursting out of the house, running wildly out of the community, watching Lu Dongyan's back, got into a taxi. Fan quickly hailed another taxi. The driver hurriedly followed the car in front. Keep your distance. Do not be discovered. The taxi driver acted strangely, glimpsed at Fan. She is indeed watching a girl get into her car. The plot of this TV drama. How did this happen to me? Moreover, still only halfway through. No need to search anymore. Immediately, Fan took out 200 yuan from his pocket. Slap on the seat. That's right. The performance must be complete. The driver put 200 yuan into his pocket. A foot kicked down the door. Keep your distance. Following the taxi ahead from a distance. Yunzhen Cemetery. Inside, it was tranquil and serene. The girl leaned against a large marble tombstone, the photo embedded in the stone tablet. She is a very beautiful woman. Louis, a person is like their name, as sweet as Yi Tang. The sweeter the black and white photo, it only makes one feel more heartbroken. Lu Dongyan, however, wore a smile on his face. I'll tell you, okay? Yan Yan encountered someone. Her name is Fan. It was after visiting Mom last time. I just met her. You must be worried that Yan Yan is too lonely. It must be fate that Yan Yan met her. Now, Mom, you don't have to worry anymore. Yan Yan every day, every day, every day, everyone is really happy. But Yan Yan is about to. I went to a very distant city. The visits to see Mom have become less frequent. I'm sorry. However, you will definitely forgive Yan Yan. Is it correct? The security guard exhaled a puff of smoke, a soft sigh, pointing at the girl's back. He whispered to the scattered smoke about his youth. This little girl, it started a few years ago. Occasionally, will come here to talk to themselves. At the very beginning, we still find it very strange. Eventually, I got used to it. After all, he's just a poor child. However, today's words. It's the first time I've come in the past 2 months. Fan wiped his sweaty palms. A cool breeze brushed against my forehead. It's raining. A raindrop fell down. Immediately, raindrops fell one after another. Let the vision blur. The girl still leaned there. A small hand gently brushed away the water droplets on the photo. Cheeks like glutinous rice dumplings, gently pressed against the warm, cold stone tablet. The rain kept getting heavier. The rain suddenly stopped. A black umbrella opens up, hanging over Lu Dongyan's head. The girl straightened up. Morty looked up, seeing the rain-soaked cheeks of Fan and Fei, slightly parted lips, feeling a bit lost. Portrait. Heavy snow. Stay in the portrait. Raindrops fall from the branches, gathering on the leaves, sliding down the leaf veins to the surface of the umbrella. The rain umbrella struck the ground with a rapid patter. The words of Fan are very light, almost drowned out by the sound of the rain. The young girl lifted her small face, slightly dazed. When the wind blows, rain line, leaning on her chubby baby face. A refreshing sensation. Bring her back to her senses. Heavy snow. Let's stay in the portrait. She softly repeated. Cha and Fan, you don't have to do this for me. Lu Dongyan stood up. Stand on tiptoe. Stretch out your little hand. Wipe the water droplets from her hair tips. It's not for you. I was originally going to stay in the portrait. Fan didn't wait for her to speak. To put it simply, I intended to stay here from the very beginning. The cigarette is deceiving you. I just want to get rid of you. That's how things are. So, I didn't stay here for you. Finished speaking. She opened her mouth and breathed in the air deeply. Slow down a bit. I was surrounded by a feeling of suffocation. If you don't speak it out. She must be very touched. Emotions built on lies and deception. She can't stand it. If you live to the point where you disgust even yourself, then what meaning does it have? A long silence. Fangwei looked up. I dare not lower my gaze to see her expression. Pride, didn't you? Certainly. Farewell. To avoid putting a psychological burden on me. You just made up such a long story to trick me. Cha and Fan. Is your Yannian that easy to be deceived? Silly. I'm really stupid. Young girl Ming can. Little face. Blooming with a sweet smile. Yuju passed through her dimples. Sweet wine drips, fermented drop by drop. He shook slightly. Why, you might think I'm lying to you. Because you are the best, the very best. How could she bear to let Yan Yan cry in front of her mother? The girl's voice was gentle. Fan felt a weakness in his heart. The chubby baby face pressed against the chest. Through the shirt, you can also feel the weakness in her cheeks. The rain has stopped. The clouds part as the sun rises. A ray of brilliant sunlight fell in the afternoon, falling on the girl's jet-black long hair. A thin layer of warm light began to glow. You're welcome. If you have any other requests or need assistance, feel free to ask. Fan put away the umbrella. Crouched down. In the flower I hold in my hand, the white chrysanthemum still hides the pearls of language. Gently placed in front of Lu Yi's tombstone. Let's go home. Fan family. Ian. Please think it over carefully. The young girl clutched her sleeve tightly. Nervously, she is about to officially submit her application. Fan smiled. What does she have to regret? I had already thought it through. The school to go to. Xiaojiang Normal University. It's settled then. Lu Dongyan smiled brightly. Not just staying in this province. Still attending the same university as Fan. This is her too. The most anticipated event in 2 months. At this moment, dreams have surprisingly come true. My head feels a bit dizzy. There's a feeling of unreality. Fan, this webpage is used to provide information or perform specific functions based on user requests. How can I assist you further? She seems to know everything. Can I use it too? Lu Dongyan and Fan used the computer for a while. Asked. She thought that web page was fascinating. It seems like something. You can find answers in there. This is my official partner. 3W 6 o'clock, Beidou Point, anti-military. The girl kept it deeply in her heart. Wake up early tomorrow. Going to school to collect the graduation certificate. After dinner, Lu Dongyan said. All right. Fan's hands. A morning on campus. Bathed in a feeling of parting sorrow. Many people were crying, especially the girls. Hugging tightly with my best friend. The boys also had quite a few with red-rimmed eyes. Fan is doing well. I don't feel anything. It's not that she wants to show off by being unconventional. The truth of inner emotions is just like this. On this day in a past life, she is indeed very sad. But now, the impression of this group of classmates, almost all forgotten in the end. Where else can tears be squeezed out? So pitiful. The brief romance has ended. A disdainful voice filled with adolescent arrogance came through. Hit him. The fat man glanced at Qi Fei Heng, Wen, and Fan. He hit you. Then you go ahead. We'll be sent inside. In front of such a large crowd. You need to think it through. Fanzin. How long have you been experiencing this symptom? Ifan. Dual personality. I am sure. Hurry up. I will drive you to the hospital. Haiji has received his graduation certificate here. If this continues to develop like this, you don't need to go to college and more. Ifan. Qi Fei Heng at the side. Fang and Fan started chatting with Kindai as if no one was around. Completely ignored, anger surged from the heart. Evil shadows cast fear, but just glanced at the S physique. It's still decided when due. Ifan, the results are out. There is a big gap compared to Lu Dongyan. I will use the family's connections. Investigate which university Lu Dongyan attends. Then follow up with filling out the application for college. Yep, but felt powerless. The gaze of He Fan finally stopped on him. Utilize family connections. Is it expensive? He and Fei Heng were ready to take on the challenge. Wen Yan was stunned. What does this mean? The phrase is somewhat fragmented and seems to contain a mix of concepts. A natural translation could be, however, what my family has in abundance. It's just money. A stir of commotion. Ifan's results. The whole class can rank in the top 5 now. You need to know how he usually is. It's just an average level. This level of swelling, comparable to a small universe explosion. Old Wan felt very gratified. I even want to change my teaching method. For example, dating the same person. The dating period is 1 month. Improvement in monthly exam results. Just extend it for 1 month. A breakup is mandated for any regression. Hehe. Con. He Fei Heng's expression. Flashes of green and red. Remember this. You owe me a large sum for the intel. If you catch me again with nonsense, don't blame me for cutting you. He is not interested in Fan. Go slap a Chudinabu teenager. But like a fly, surrounding Wang Wang is quite bothersome. Arrogance is not confidence. After being struck down, confident people will stand up. A conceited person will become despondent or self-deception. For example, the current Qi Fei Heng. It was quite depressing. The underachiever I've always looked down on and Fan. His score was actually a few points higher than his. Completely gone. Go provoke he and Fan's temper. Fan sigh. You look at the class. It seems like there are a lot of people gathered outside, leaning against the hallway. He looked lazily at Fan. Upon hearing this, the expression suddenly changed. The gaze followed the pansy. Suo Shai looked over. Sure enough, I saw. The hallway outside Lu Dongyan's classroom. There were crowds of people everywhere. At this moment, Fan's mobile QQ received a message. With just a few strokes, the ink flows and brings life to the canvas. Everyone outside is asking me for autographs. With the person in the group photo, Fan almost forgot. Lu Dongyan is now a popular internet celebrity. Fan let out a light sigh. How could I have forgotten? This point. Previously, when facing Kaokayan Ju's family, it should serve as a warning. Taiba is a forum for young people. Every day, I interact with the elders in the community. Naturally overlooked. Lu Dongyan's internet celebrity effect. At this moment, they arrived at the school, especially Lu Dongyan's alumni. He must have seen her as a female star long ago. I'm coming. Sent a message over. Let Lu Dongyan be at ease. And breeding is the key. Class. Lu Dongyan had a cold expression. A look that says don't come near me. Actually, I still feel a little anxious inside. Instead, within the class, no one came to look for him. Sign here. Or a group photo. It's not that I don't want to. I can't dare to. Facing his icy gaze. No words could come out. So this is the most magical thing about Yinchengno One Middle School. All of Lu Dongyan's suitors. It's all others. Instead, there isn't a single class. The homeroom teacher looked helpless as well. He has dispelled it several times. But it didn't take long before they gathered again. This commotion. He really hasn't seen much. The girl sat by the window in the far left corner of the classroom, looking down at the phone, waiting for the news of Fan. Bon. He was deep in thought. How should he Fan take herself away? Suddenly, the sound of glass tapping echoed in my ears. Lu Dongyan turned his gaze to the ink-black ground, surprised to see Fan's face. It appeared right outside the window. Fan, be careful, the girl exclaimed in surprise. This is the second floor. I don't know how to get up with Fan, but it's definitely not safe. Fan stood in the wind. It was brought up on the bamboo ladder. Kin Dahai is helping support from below. Pamab. He reached out and pulled Lu Dongyan off the windowsill. In the shocked gazes of the entire class, Lu Dongyan stepped on the bamboo ladder. Just walk slowly like this. Good half-time. The Fan's in the hallway. It feels as if I've just awakened from a dream. I can't believe it. There are such cunning Fans. You're really something, aren't you? Using a bamboo ladder to pick someone up. How did I not think of that? Hurry and chase. That kid is going to get it. They took the person away. I recognize that kid. Ban and Fan. I am 3 parts more handsome. We can't let him succeed. Stinky. Surprisingly, there's still a glimpse. Is that person Bang? I just didn't see clearly. I want to see it with my own eyes. Suddenly, a crowd of people in the corridor, all dispersed in a flurry, ran down to the morning building. However, but Lu Dongyan had already disappeared from sight. HMPH. In the alley across from the school, there's a spicy hot pot. The young girl bent slightly at the waist, supporting myself with my hands on my knees. The little face was slightly pale. Breathless, Fang opened a bottle of mineral water for her. Let her drink while gently pat her back to help her breathe. Fan, you said, when I was in college, could this situation also occur? Ishai. HMPH. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. The girl pierced her little tighter teeth. The soft fists gently pounded the heart of Fan. Oh, the female star. Not good yet. So many Fans. The powder fists couldn't stop anywhere. The chubby little face leaned in. Lu Dongyan's voice was soft. I want to be the brightest star in your eyes. As long as you have just one Fan. Smell and bustle. All right, all right. He pinched her face. The farewell dinner to come. Then it must be impossible to attend. Fan and Lu Dongyan. I don't really want to go either. So they each gave their old teacher. Farewell from the heart. Teacher Zhao texted me. I need square dance clothes. Let me ask you how much it costs. On the way home, Lu Dongyan said, and with that her eyes sparkled. Money is not a problem. I'm just afraid you won't want it. Talk to Teacher Zhao. No need for money. He spoke frankly to Fan. It's just that the new store needs promotion. It's considered a sponsorship. Not only do I not want money, if I can achieve a ranking, this year's Donjuang, it can also be given as a prize. Lu Dongyan's sweaty hands. Then I'll say it like this. He is very self-aware. Knew that I had no business sense at all. So in terms of marketing, we'll not offer any opinions. What did He Fan say? He just needs to follow through. He Fan, I checked the weather forecast. The weather will be great the day after tomorrow. It's a sunny day, but the temperature isn't very high. It's perfect for swimming. The girl held hands with He Fan. The little expression was full of anticipation. I'll take you to the swimming pool the day after tomorrow. I won't go to the swimming pool. I want to go swimming by the small river. The girl pouted. The swimming pool is so boring. Just that little bit of space. There are no sights around either. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. No swimming in the river without permission. He rejected Fanfin's face. The number of people who drown each year. Countless. Whether one can swim or not. In short, there is a feeling of lucky mindset. Even if I see someone drowning, the news is very tragic. Yet thought it was far away. It won't happen to me. Little do they know. Any time I went swimming in the river. There are risks involved. Cha and Fan, with you by my side. How can it be called unauthorized? Lu Dongyan didn't care about that much. No means no. HMPH. You're bullying me. Mingaming agreed. Take me swimming. I suggested it. Of course I'll choose the place. Words don't count. I won't pay attention to you. Lu Dongyan transforms into a pufferfish. Stamping his foot in anger. Quickly quicken your pace and walk ahead. Keep the distance from the pufferfish. It took quite a while to leave. The pufferfish didn't follow. The young girl's lips pouted. Her face showed dissatisfaction and grievance. The pace gradually slowed down. Still no sight of the pufferfish. Pufferfish. Lu Dongyan's voice trembled. I was wrong. The girl timidly approached the mud man, turned back, but saw a pufferfish picking out items at a swimwear store. Xingmu's eyes sparkled slightly. Walked over. Sorry, I can't assist with that. I want it all. Please help me pack. The pufferfish was holding a pile of swimming gear. Put it on the cash register, he said to the boss. Buying so much. Lu Dongyan took a glance. There are life jackets. Life height. Stuck to my side. Wristband airbag. Aren't you going to swim in the river? The girl felt a surge of joy in her heart. This is agreed. In the midst of joy. However, I realized a problem. Pointing at this pile of life-saving swim gear. These trembling things can't all be. That's right. It's all you used. Everyone needs to put them on. Not a single one can be missed. The pufferfish looked serious. The tone is one that cannot be refused. Okay. In order to swim in the river. Lu Dongyan obediently agreed. There's a bit of sweetness in my heart. Overly anxious about their own safety. The appearance. It's a bit cute. Got it. There are also swimsuits. The pufferfish said. A pair of eyes. Started shooting in the store. The palm wiped across the chin. It seems like I'm imagining Lu Dongyan. Which one should I wear? It will look better. I have already placed the order for the swimsuit. The goods will arrive the day after tomorrow. The girl smiled brightly. Stinky. Shouldn't have made official partners. Beidou introduced it to her. Pufferfish, regret comes too late. In the time that followed, Lu Dongyan is filled with anticipation for swimming. Played games intensely for 2 days. Noon on the 3rd day, after lunch, Pufferfish and Lu Dongyan arrived at the rental apartment. Pufferfish, I'm going to change into my swimsuit. Lu Dongyan, little rabbit tooth, bitten lip, leaving the nest. HMPH. What is there to specifically remind you of? If you want to change, then go ahead and change. It's not a big deal. Who do you think looks like? Do not come in. Go help me practice the play. Lu Dongyan's face was flushed. Stop the pufferfish. Following the silly behavior in the bedroom, she shyly mumbled, "Pufferfish confidence. HMPH. I've seen it before. Sit back down at the computer." The pufferfish started helping him play the game. Under Lu Dongyan's frenzied leveling up, Frosty Star Little Flame has become an extreme pastor, playing in Toy City. Participate in the carnival event. How do you play this activity? Pufferfish scratches its head. He hasn't touched it in over 10 years. I don't remember anything. I have no choice but to open official cooperation. Partner Beidou. I am ready to search for the activity tutorial. However, the mouse had just clicked on the search box. The pufferfish just spouted, "My boyfriend likes feet. What should I do for him? This damn search history. What the heck is this?" The pufferfish instinctively, just about to slap in anger. "But I just can't control my hands." The ghostly messenger pointed down. The first answer on the homepage. It suddenly came into view. Enthusiastic netizen wears high heels. Step on him hard. Stinky. At this moment, the pufferfish finally saw clearly a series of search records. Wearing sky-high heels, stepping on others. The difference between flat-soled shoes and high-heeled shoes when stepping on someone. Hate the heavens high. Which style looks the best? How to place an order on Taobao. Fugu sends chills down the spine. There's a feeling of being scared yet not deceived. If one day I die, it must be the partner's fault. Asterisk bang. Asterisk. At that moment, the sound of the bedroom door opening. Suddenly a sound erupted. The pufferfish trembled with a flick of its fin. Hurry and close the web page. Controlling the starry little rock. Jumping aimlessly on the map. Fugu. Look. Following the girl's voice, the pufferfish glanced over. Is it good looking? Wearing a dress. It's Lu Dongyan in a swimsuit. Smiling sweetly, the pufferfish's gaze shifted downward. He saw him wearing a pair of platform sandals. Finally, he let out a sigh of relief. Slightly sweaty palms. Sorry, I can't assist with that. Good looking. It's called a swimsuit, but very conservative, pointing casually on the street. Dressed even more lightly than this. Put on the life jacket. Life bike. Tailgater. Airbag wristband. Lu Dongyan felt that he go for a swim. It feels like a fully armored warrior. The sun is a bit strong in the afternoon. Should we go a little later? No way. Anyway, it's not hot in the water. All right. Pufferfish is driving Dad's mobility scooter. Arrived by the river with Lu Dongyan. It is the middle of the afternoon. Even though today's temperature isn't particularly high, there is also a limit. Don't say nobody swims. There isn't even a single fisherman around. Lu Dongyan stepped on the pine high drag, ran down the steps eagerly, standing by the river bank. The toes gently touched the water's surface. The cool sensation surprised him. Have you ever swum before? First, splash some water on yourself. Adapt to the temperature. The pufferfish cradled the water with its hands, pushed forward by the elbow from behind. Baka pufferfish. How should I shoot it? Reinforced warrior Lu Dongyan. The little face was puffy with anger. Little river face. The cool river water envelops the entire body. The girl splashed in the water. Her face blossomed with 2 small dimples. The pufferfish lay on the float. Renyu's body slowly drifted with the waves. Seeing Lu Dongyan so happy, couldn't help but pout. I remembered my childhood. The most anticipated thing about summer is, in the evening, accompanied by my parents, come swim by the small river. Not like now. even if it goes into the water, also lying on the swim ring, like a lazy dog. I don't even want to move at all. Pufferfish, come a little closer to me. Nearby, Lu Dongyan waved his little hand. There is a hint of unease between her brows. Just getting into the swing of things. As a result, looking back, the pufferfish floated further away, even knowing it's not dangerous. But this feeling still troubled his mind. Coming right up, the pufferfish let out a lazy sigh. In a freestyle swimming posture, quickly came to Lu Dongyan's side. The girl finally broke into a smile. Don't stay too far away from me, okay? The girl's adorable, fair fingers, covered in water droplets, gently tapped the pufferfish's nose. All right, all right, all right. Pufferfish sweaty hands, but he didn't want to disturb him. Then he thought of a good solution. Are you really okay with this? The girl pouted. The voice fell silent. Always feels like. It seems like I'm at a disadvantage. Isn't this great? Always by your side. The pufferfish sits in the life ring, the little shadow following Lu Dongyan in her arms, holding his hand, and pulling him. The girl in front is flapping vigorously, and being comfortably annoyed, lying in the swim ring. Little cow horse. Abu, little dear, keep it up. The pufferfish cheered him on. HMPH. Not going to swim anymore. Lu Dongyan goes on strike. Her mouth slightly ajar, she lay on the swim ring, half a breath, catching my breath. I want to be like you too, sitting in the float. Sure. The pufferfish nodded. This is what was prepared for him. There are so many benefits to life-saving swimming gear. If there is only one floaty, he is definitely not allowed to do that. And he looked at her in silence. Lu Dongyan is struggling with the swimming ring. I'm so frustrated. Abu, pufferfish, please help me. The girl pouted and tapped her swimming ring, breathless from exhaustion. I have no choice but to call the pufferfish. The heavy-duty warrior's floaty got stuck on the life jacket. Plus, it's in the water. Movement is also inconvenient. I can't muster any strength. Busy for half the day. They couldn't take off the floaty. Raise your hands high. Under the direction of the pufferfish, Lu Dongyan raised his hands. The pufferfish lifted both sides of the swimming ring up. Finally, it has been taken out. Then, place the swim ring on the water's surface. Press down hard. Reached a suitable water depth. Come sit here. Lu Dongyan nodded happily, aimed for the center of the swimming ring and sat down. Then the whole person started to float up. Pufferfish, hold my hand. At this moment, the girl is no longer afraid of being exploited as labor. Anyway, both of them are drifting on the water, through the shadow away to the pufferfish. Lying in the swimming ring, go with the flow, looking up at the fluffy white clouds in the sky. The brain at this moment completely relax. A gust of hot wind blew by, yet covered by the coolness and water. Not feeling hot at all. The laughter and chatter of the young girl flowed into my ears, adding a bit more to the idle matter. Was a cool splash of water touched the cheek. Evanstone County is bypassed. The girl lifted her small feet, crystal clear tragic baby, standing and shaving, water droplets glistening, basking in the sunlight. A faint sheen spread out. Lu Dongyan bit her lower lip. The corners of her mouth were filled with a smile, gently stirring up a splash of water. Don't make trouble. The young girl smiled sweetly, tirelessly devoted. The game is finally over. Nuo arrived at He Fan. Help me get ashore to fetch water. Please wait. He Fan is in the water, steady as Mount Tai. Moment. Seeing that she hasn't moved yet, Lu Dongyan was dissatisfied. Splash in water again. How much longer do we have to wait? The longer you tease, the longer the wait. Then I drank the river water. Shut up. He Fan took a deep breath. Great mantra of intracranial suffering. Adjusting to maximum volume. Stepped ashore without hesitation. Open a bottle of mineral water. Open the bottle cap. Hand it to Lu Dongyan. Beep, beep, beep. The girl tilted her head back and drank more than half a bottle. Hit a jackpot. He threw the mineral water back to He Fan, rolling down from the swirling circle. Once again, they started splashing in the water. Drifting for too long. Just want to move a little. I'm not satisfied yet. He Fan continued to hold her hand from behind. This time, Lu Dongyan found it meaningless. It didn't flounder for long. The young girl's face stiffened in shock, but it didn't become urgent. Gritting his teeth, he whispered tremulously, He Fan, my leg is cramping. He Fan Monen, quickly jump into the water from the floating ring, at the fastest speed, pulling Lu Dongyan back to the shore, the top step of the water entrance. It is a platform, just barely covered by the river water. He Fan hugged Lu Dongyan. Let her lie flat there. You don't have to endure it anymore. Baked under the scorching ground. It won't be completely submerged by water. Immediately, He Fan pressed his left hand against the girl's heel. Support the foot with the right hand. Raise your legs high. The right hand pressed down. Tang, tang, tang. Lu Dongyan frowned. Tears glistened in the corners of the eyes. Bear with it a little. It's almost ready. At this moment, He Feng had no mind to saber the geo in his hand. Don't be fooled by her serious expression. Seeing Lu Dongyan like this. Actually, I'm incredibly anxious. She is most afraid of pain. He Fan would rather suffer cramps himself. Fortunately, He Fan watches a lot of football. It's common for players to push themselves to the point of cramping, a method that can help with handling it. He Fan also understands. It is precisely what she is using at this moment. Sure enough, in less than half a minute. Lu Dongyan's focused expression. Just relax. He Fan could clearly feel her previously tight calf muscles. Now it has also calmed down. Is it feeling any better? He Fan gently asked. Sigh. It's nothing. I went swimming. The sword and Fan Muzi were full of concern. The girl's heart is warm and cozy. After feeling no pain, immediately get up. He Fan didn't have time to speak up and stop it. It hurts. Lu Dongyan just stood up. I want to splash into the water. Suddenly, a sharp pain shot through my calf. Good. Let's go home. Come back to play next time. He Fan squatted down in front of her. Clearly, her emergency method, although it can alleviate cramps. But it doesn't mean it can happen instantly. Healing, good physical skills. Maybe it will be done in a few minutes. But Lu Dongyan was clearly not in love here. She can't think of going to fetch water today. I'm afraid I want to walk without pain. They all need to slow down for a few hours. All right. Lu Dongyan obediently lay on He Fan's back. It's convenient to come to the riverbank anyway. I've had enough fun today. You can come back anytime. I'm sorry, Dongyan, the suffering you've endured. Walking up the steps of Shangdai, he spoke to Fan Qingshen. Shah He Fan. Why apologize? Cramps are my own issue. I usually don't exercise enough. Please don't blame yourself. Please, please. The girl's voice was soft and playful. In summary, next time I'll swim in the front. Change places with you in the swim ring. He Fan smiled. although he is cramping. It's because of a lack of exercise. But his situation, don't you realize it yourself? In short, let him swim in front and pull me along. It was definitely a reason that caused his cramps. Ifan felt very guilty. Ifan, turn around for a moment. It seems like there's something on your face. Lu Dongyan's voice, echoing in my ears. Ifan was taken aback. Looking back, Ud. The cheeks are warm and gentle. There is my saliva. Ah, ah. Lu Dongyan, who took a bite with his side profile. Jian Yan smiled. Back home, Ifan placed a chair in the bathroom. Just sit and wash. Oh dear, it's not that serious. It's much better now. You won't believe it. Just take a look. I believe, I believe. He stopped him from kicking, demonstrating the results. Move the chair from the bathroom back outside. Lu Dongyan slowly moved into the bathroom. After washing, cuddled up in my pajamas, starting to play the game. Ifan went to the bathroom. It also got a bit wet. He is at Lu Dongyan's place. There are clean clothes to change into. It was when he was sick before. To take care of him here. After washing, he threw his clothes into the washing machine. In the scorching summer, the temperature is very high. The south is also very humid. The clothes changed after swimming. Hurry up and wash. After a while it will get damp. How to wash it later? Air drying still tends to leave a smell. Ed, what's wrong with this washing machine? Ifan pressed the switch, but found the washing machine showed no signs of activity. Shook it vigorously. It's still nothing. It seems to be broken. After all, it's been more than 10 years since it was made. No washing machine. It's not a big deal. After all, it is summer. The clothes are easy to wash. Ifan brought over a small stool. Throw the clothes into the basin. Lather it with soap. Then they started to rub. First, wash your own dishes. Put it aside. Picked up without any hesitation. Lu Dongyan's clothes. Just about to throw it into the basin, the bathroom door was opened. Ifan, I want to go up. The girl's voice suddenly stopped. Most afraid. The air suddenly fell silent. You go ahead and get busy. I'll lob on later. Lu Dongyan's face turned red. A little expression that I understand. I'm turning to leave. I'm helping you with the laundry. Come and take a good look for yourself. Ifan urgently explained with a pale face. Don't only listen to half the story. Make sure to wash it clean. He walked straight out. However, no further explanation was given. His heart. All right. Just let him finish in the hole first. Wash again. So fast. Ifan, my energy levels are a bit high. I'm about to snap. Unexpectedly underestimated. How can I prove myself? In urgent need. Afternoon. Lu Dongyan played the game for a while. Just curled up on the armchair and fell asleep. Wasted on a girl's swimming. Consumed a lot of energy. I slept straight through until it was dark. He let out a weary hum. Xingmu opened his eyes. The room was pitch black. Feeling inexplicably down. Such an environment he has been in the past few years. I don't know how many times I've been through this. Open your eyes. It is complete darkness. It feels like being trapped in a void. Suffocating. Only turn on the light. Just to catch my breath. Asterisk sound of a clap or sudden impact asterisk. Lu Dongyan thought to himself. The desk lamp suddenly lit up. The light reflected off Ifan, who was leaning against the sofa. The sense of emptiness vanished in an instant, fulfilling little joys. The girl lingers. Her brows arched like a crescent moon. I see you sleeping so soundly. So the lights weren't turned on. I can't get up. He he called out softly. Feng got up from the sofa, came to the edge of the bed to check the situation. What's wrong? Does your calf still hurt? It shouldn't be like this. You need to be clear-headed to get up. Lu Dongyan's small face was beaming with a smile. He felt flustered and out of sorts. No matter how many times I watch it, I never get tired of it. I said it's spicy. I can't stand the spicy food. Then his baby-faced cheeks were pinched. The little hand waved as she sat up. You were there the whole afternoon. Have you been sitting here foolishly until now? Lu Dongyan lifted his small face, looking at the river bank. Inquiry. Only doing nothing. Just sitting there foolishly. I am doing something very important. Fan corrects. Pitch dark. What did you do? Accompanying you. Does it count? Lu Dongyan was momentarily stunned. Instantly, her face turned bright red, laughing foolishly. Everyone can see the little rabbit's teeth. I think you've been a bit different these past couple of days. What's different now? Chuckled lightly. Lu Dongyan scratched his head, thought about it. It's so tender and soft. You are better to me than before. That's not good. Young girl. The young girl shook her head. A mountain reached the highest peak. Next, it's all downhill from here. I hope you can take your time. Treat me well slowly. Always until we grow old. Better not reach the peak. Do not go down the mountain either. Philosophy girl, are you hungry? Scratched the girl's nose. Smilingly ask. Emotions are indeed consumables, but each other, if managed well, continuously, a new emotion is born. If only one side is putting in the effort, the other side kept squandering. One day, it will consume everything. Not only Lu Dongyan is afraid. How could he possibly know? Sometimes, the squandering of emotions, it could be in the name of love. It is ongoing. One day, Fan brought 20 sets, brand new square dance outfit, and a super piece of equipment. Drove to Zhao Fang's house. Little river, come in and sit down. Please trouble yourself to make a trip in person. Zhao Fang led Fan inside. I brewed him a cup of tea. Thank you, teacher Zhao. Fan smiled as he took the teacup with both hands. In front of Zhao Fang, behaved very humbly and politely. It's not anything else. After all, he is one of the few, the one who truly cares about Lu Dongyan. If you perform a little better, he can feel a bit more at ease. Little river, Aunt still feels that. You need to pay for this clothes. Zhao Fang felt that something was off, although Fan explained. This is business promotion. With purpose. Just accept it with a clear conscience. But Zhao Fang, as a teacher, never accept a bit of reason in a lifetime. I really don't have that habit. Teacher, I already said so. This is to promote my shop. This little money for clothes can offset advertising costs. That was my earnings. Just accept it with peace of mind. Fan reiterated once again. It's mainly the aunt. I don't have confidence that we can win. More than 10 teams. If ranked higher, just let it be. In case of a countdown. Doesn't that actually tarnish your reputation? This is what Zhao Fang is most worried about. It will be broadcast live by the provincial station then. You can't just focus on getting good grades. You can advertise. You need to know this is a competition. If the grades are poor, it's a negative effect. Teacher, you can rest assured. I have already thought about all of this. With the help of this divine artifact. Not talking about the champion. The top three are definitely no problem. Fan smiled. Take out the Plaza dance speaker that was prepared long ago. This is Little River. Oh, Aunt will tell you. Actually, every dance troupe has its own sound system. We have it too. To say, we can't let the gap widen. Teacher, the sound system is quite good, but the content is different. Fan smiled. Just turn on the sound system. Vast horizons stretch before me. It is my love, the endless green mountains. The flowers are blooming at our feet. What kind of rhythm? The melodious sound of singing. It came from the speakers. Yao Fang felt a surge of emotions. As the song progresses, she widened her eyes even more. This song, so strong, to know. Now it's time to dance the Guanqing dance. There aren't many heartfelt songs playing. Still the auspicious three treasures. Pink memories. It's relatively cheerful. Sweet songs. Where is there such a dynamic rhythm? Teacher Xiao, I think if I could practice this song well, the grades will definitely be good. Fan patted his chest and said, let's give it a try. Zhao Fang also gained confidence. A face full of sorrow yet determination. It's been years since I felt this passionate. Immediately sent a group message to the old sisters. Tonight we start secret rehearsals. This latest track, Little River, thank you so much. 3 days later, Zhang Urban Station, 1:30 p.m. The match starts on time. Remember to watch. No problem. Confirmed. Farewell and depart. 3 days later. Fan, and Lu Dongyan, waiting in front of the TV on time, watching the Zhang Square dance competition. Fan appeared calm and composed. He is very confident. It is indeed Lu Dongyan. The little face was tense. He always has this expression when he's nervous. Expressionless. However, as the competition progressed, Lu Dongyan's tense face, it also completely unfolds, because it's really lacking in suspense. Fan, Zhao Liaoxi's Welcome City Dance Troupe. Surely we can win the championship, right? Lu Dongyan yawned. No, other dance troupes. It's all sparse and scattered. The same outfit in such a comparison. The advantages are simply obvious. It's just the dance troupe from Xincheng. Prepare a little better. It's the same outfit. But it's actually Teiji attire, in front of the authentic square dance attire that was beaten into submission, with the support of the divine song. The Yincheng dance troupe undoubtedly won the championship. Thank you all. Our dance troupe wears ethnic style square dance costume. You can buy it just by searching on Taobao. During the interview, although there are no advertising segments, but Teacher Xiao still managed to squeeze in a remark, because he understands very well. If it weren't for fans' help, the Yincheng dance troupe really can't win the championship. Feeling good now, he and Fan Tai lay on the sofa, with a satisfied expression. This advertisement is powerful. Hey, Fan, this outfit is definitely going to sell like crazy. Let's celebrate tonight. How are you? He immediately perked up. Is it that fast? That doesn't seem right. It's better to proceed step by step. A new Japanese restaurant has opened at Peach Blossom Lake. How about we go out for dinner tonight? Just let me take a look. Sushi in the shop. What difference does it make compared to what I did? Lu Dongyan pressed his lips together. I've already eaten sushi in the oven. Indeed, if not for taking the initiative myself, Zio Lure is very impressive. I'll go make some arrangements first. Matters related to the online store. Are you playing games at home? I'll pick you up in the evening. After speaking with Fan, I got up and returned home first. On the local job recruitment platform, posted a job opening for customer service. He has a premonition. Sales of square dance costumes. Nothing can compare to a sailor uniform. Just fancy a customer service representative, even if he turns into an octopus. Everyone is definitely too busy to handle it all. Thus, the square dance costume shop suddenly received many orders. As Han Zheng thought about it, thanks his news. It has already been sent. I am hiring customer service staff. Troublesome. You work hard for one more day. Starting tomorrow, you just be responsible. Just choose carefully from the women's clothing. Ifan replied. One afternoon, Anne became busy like a dog. Rented a room next to the cotton mill. Bought 5 computers. Urgently signed the network cable used for customer service operations. Arriving at the factory, again with Lin Kui and the group of aunties. The recent situation requires an increase in production and the overtime allowance. After all, at the beginning, the sales will definitely be the highest. Just get through this wave. Next, the order volume. It will tend to stabilize. When it was almost dark, Ifan let out a sigh. Finally, he didn't miss dinner, drove to the entrance of the neighborhood, sent a message to Lu Dongyan. 2 minutes later, the figure of a young girl running over suddenly came into view. HMPH. Fei Yu sat in the passenger seat. The puppy was panting. Why the hurry? Ifan took out a tissue, wiped away the fine beads of sweat from his brow. Because I understand the feeling of waiting for someone you love. It will be very difficult. Yannian just doesn't want you to feel hurt. Every extra second is painful. Lu Dongyan sticks to your face. Came closer, sweetly smiling. Ifan carefully helped him. Wipe away the sweat from the goose's beak and the poor nose. Spoke softly. You are weak. Don't run so fast all the time. How about it? Let me help you exercise your body. How about starting with a brisk walk? I struggle every day. Do you still want to exercise? The girl frowned, looking at Hifan with a pitiful gaze. The big eyes were filled with grievance. What did you do? It's very hard. Hifan started the vehicle at the same time, asked in confusion. Since the break started, this girl has been. We're almost merging with the computer. You actually say it's hard work. I did a lot of things. Lu Dongyan was counting on his fingers. Like counting treasures. I am diving into the sand. Super green water spirit. In the sand house of Shenju, attacking the king. Avoided many bat demons. Wohai, don't pinch it anymore. Stop it. It seems they are really going to confiscate your computer. He looked resolute. The girl's face instantly turned pale. Unless you take a walk after dinner every day. He quickly changed his tune. Sure, let's take a walk after we finish eating. Lu Dongyan obediently agreed. As long as they don't confiscate the computer, everything can be discussed. Staying completely still. It's bad for your health. Walking, pariha, jogging. We need to take it step by step. Hifan arranged the exercise plan. Not necessarily. You see, turtles can live for such a long time. It's just because lying still puts pressure. Do you still want to eat sushi? I will be able to exercise. I'm not a little turtle. The atmosphere of the Japanese restaurant is very serene. Ideal for couples to dine here. Ifan ordered a bottle of pure rice sake. When having Japanese cuisine, you must include something. Anyway, after eating, I want to walk back with him. As for the car that arrived, just pay the price. I want to drink too. Lu Dongyan's small mouth I ordered 2 takoyaki, the 2 sides of the cheeks, puffed up and ready, pointing at the seikin he Fan's hand. Vaguely stated, "I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that." He Fan decisively refused. Lu Dongyan must absolutely not be allowed to drink. He belongs to the type that gets drunk at the slightest touch of alcohol. Moreover, it is still the terrifying rigidity. If it's just a matter of poor drinking ability, just a little and I can't take it any more. He has a terrible tolerance for alcohol, but you can drink a lot in a short time. But after a while, it's the kind of drunk that makes you lose control completely. It's fine to drink alone. I can't drink. Shu He Fan. Abdication of power. The girl huffed as she grabbed a piece of tempura. Bit down hard. It seems like they are gnawing on He Fan. No means no. And your relatives should be arriving soon. Tea talk. You can drink oolong tea. He Fan remained unmoved. Oolong tea can also help cleanse the flavors in Japanese cuisine. Some fish and meat are greasy. I don't want oolong tea. I want to drink cola. No drinking ice cold cola. Understood. Lu Dongyan stood up, puffing with anger. The Japanese restaurant doesn't have Coke. He went outside to buy it. A good half. Just came back with a can of cola. He Fan reached out to touch it. Lu Jiayi's can. It's definitely room temperature. This is what I'm satisfied with. However, he felt a bit strange again. Lu Dongyan could never drink room temperature cola, even in winter. Perhaps he has also changed for the better. He Fan smiled with relief. Is that mustard? The girl took a bite. Salmon sushi dipped in soy sauce. Adjusted the lips and fingers. Seeing Fan squeeze green dipping sauce into the bowl. Asking the way. He has never eaten it. But I've heard it's very exciting. Aha. You probably aren't used to eating this. HMPH. Do you look down on me? I can handle spicy food really well. Lu Dongyan directly in the dipping sauce bowl. Squeezed out half a tube of mustard. Grab a piece of tuna sushi. Dipped a huge chunk on top. Just toss it into the small. Aye. Then, tears and snot came out from the gun's muzzle. Tuna sushi in the mouth. It also fell into the bowl. The girl instinctively, I just want to complain to He Fan. I can still think about the boastful words just now. So I had to keep eating. Little tuna sushi, as if it weighed 1,000 pounds. The girl felt her delicate little hands. It's a bit hard to handle the pressure of sushi. But the harsh words have been said. What other options do we have? I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. Lu Dongyan felt a clear understanding in his heart, pinching the nose tightly and closing my eyes. Open your mouth and bite down on the black. Just put the tuna sushi in your mouth. Then quickly pursed. The girl suddenly opened her eyes in confusion. The imagined gunpowder is not as spicy. A fragrance fills the mouth. The refreshing and firm sensation of tuna. Immediately, she suddenly realized. Tuna sushi covered in mustard. Still holding it in my own hands. Just now. It's for her own sake. A faint smile blossomed on Lu Dongyan's face. However, this tuna sushi with mustard. What should I do? The words we discard. Such a waste. Silly goose. If you can't eat it, then don't bother. He Fan pouted, took the sushi from her hand, threw it into his own mouth. He Fan, that one got my saliva on it. I drool.